Alright, so we're at 4 over 1 plus 1, which is 4 over 2, which is 2, and this is the slope. Next one, if the line tangent to the graph of the function at the point 1, 7 passes through a point -2, -2, then f prime of 1 is, so we know f prime is referring to a derivative, but we have no function, no graph, nothing. We just have 2 points, so we have to remember that derivative means slope as well, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We have that. x1, y1, x2, y2. Let's get to work. So that's 2 minus 7, -2 minus 7 over -2 minus 1, which is -9 over -3, which is 3. So this is our derivative. This is the slope. And if you're wondering how it looks like visually, that just means I have a point 1, 7 and a point -2, -2. And let's say this is the curve. If I drew a line tangent to this point 1, 7, it just happens to cross -2, -2 is what it's saying. Okay, for number 89, it says let f be a differentiable function with f of 2 equals 3 and f prime of 2 equals -5. Now let g be the function defined by x times f of x. Which of the following is an equation? So it gives us a clue. It wants a full equation. Well, without the 2's. So I'm going to erase the little 2's. Okay. Of the line tangent to the graph of g at the point where x equals 2. So a few things. We're working with g here. So g of x is x times f of x. This is what we're working with. So far, we have an x1 value. We know we want to focus on the x1, which is 2. We don't have a y1, we don't have an m. Okay? So let's focus on y1. To get y1, we need to plug in 2 into our formula. So I'm going to plug in 2, so I'm going to say 2 times f of 2. Now you're like, what the heck? But don't panic. Take a step back. This is just saying plug in 2 into g. And we're following the formula x times f of x. Anytime I see x, I'm plugging in 2. So I have 2 times f of 2. Great. Do we know what f of 2 is? Look at your problem. The value is 3. So I'm going to say 2 times 3, which is 6. And this is my y1. So my equation is y minus 6 equals m times x minus 2. We're almost there. Next thing, we need m. M means the derivative of g when x equals 2. So what we have to do is take the derivative of g of x. So g prime of x. You can do this. Take a look at the problem. We have x and f of x. This is the product rule. Split it up to f and g. F is x, g is f of x. F prime and g prime. Well, f prime is easy. That's 1. G prime, the derivative of f of x is f prime of x. We can do this, okay? So it's going to be f prime g plus f g prime, which is going to be 1 times f of x plus x times f prime of x, which is f of x plus x f prime of x. Now, we care specifically about the x value 2. So I'm going to say f of 2 plus 2 times f prime of 2. Do not fret, we know what f of 2 is. It's 3 plus 2 times f prime of 2 is -5. So I have 3 minus 10, which is negative 7, as my slope. Okay, so I have y minus 6 equals negative 7, x minus 2. Now, do we see that in the multiple choice? We do. Again, this one's a little bit trickier. It's harder than usual, but you can do it. Take it one step at a time. Rewind if you need to, and make sure we're on the same page. Okay, so we have, consider the differential equation dy over dx equals e to the y times 3x squared minus 6x. Okay, let y equals f of x be the particular solution to the differential equation that passes through 1, 0. A specifically says write an equation for the line tangent to the graph at the point 1, 0, so that's x1, y1. Use a tangent line to approximate f 1.2. So first thing, we need an equation, so we know we're going to use this setup. Without the 2, still out of habit, I'm sorry. I know I'm going to plug in 1 and 0 into x1, y1. So I'm left with y equals m times x1 minus 1. Now, I need my slope. Well, if you just take a second and look. M is the slope, meaning m is the derivative at 1, 0. Do you have an equation for the derivative? Look at the problem. It is right here. This is the derivative equation. All we need to do is get the specific value of that derivative at 1, 0 by plugging in. Take a minute, make sure you know where these numbers are coming from. Okay, solve. So this becomes 1 times 3 minus 6 will be 1 times negative 3, and the slope is negative 3. So I have y equals negative 3 times x minus 1. This is my equation. Now, I'm not done because I need to approximate f of 1.2. That means I'm plugging in 1.2. So I have y equals negative 3 times 1.2 minus 1, which is negative 3, times 0.2, which is negative 0.6. So this is f of 1.2. Okay, number 4 has a few parts. You can do all of them. Okay, so they give you a function f defined by f of x equals square root of 25 minus x squared for negative 5 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 5. Part A, take the derivative. You can do that. Okay, so just a quick hint, change it to 25 minus x squared to the 1/2. So I want you to pause the video, make sure you get the derivative of this problem. Once you've done that, you should get 1/2 25 minus x squared to the negative 1/2 times negative 2x. Okay, part B. They want an equation for the line tangent to the graph. You can do that as well. So I'm going to put B right here. It's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And I'm going to plug in what I know. I know so far x equals negative 3, so that goes here. I don't know the other parts yet, but I will. So to get y1, I need to plug in x equals negative 3 into f of x to get y1. So I'm going to say f of negative 3 is square root of 25 minus negative 3 squared, which will give me square root of 25 minus 9. which will be square root of 16, which is 4. So that goes into y1. Now we still need the m, which is the derivative. Well, we have the equation of the derivative, don't we? What we need to do is plug in the x value in there. So let's do it. Simplify what you can. Remember, negative 1/2 means this goes in the denominator, which is 3 over 4. And you have the equation. If you want to make it nicer, this is the nicer version. Almost done. C, I'm going to let you figure this out. You can do it, okay? So they're just saying that g of x is a piecewise, f of x at the top, which is square root of 25 minus x squared, for negative 5 less than or equal to x less than or equal to negative 3. And x plus 7 for negative 3 less than x less than 5. The question is it continuous? So quick hint, you need to show that the limit as x approaches negative 3 from the left should be the same as the limit as x approaches negative 3 from the right. Okay, so you need to be able to do C on your own. Make sure you pause, check with a partner and with the people around you so you guys are doing the same correct work.